Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Today I have something exciting here. I'm working on signatures for my ocean theme journals that are coming up, but I wanted to do an interactive flippy floppy kind of page. The same layout, decorated different ways. I'm going to show you all of these, and then I am going to go through how I put it together. There's two different ways. The first way I'm going to show you is using 8.5 by 11 paper. The second way is using a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I've been working on these forever, so I'm excited to show you. Start with the first one that I did. Okay, so I'm going to take my rusty clip off here. And first, I just want to show you the layout. I'm going to open this up. We've got a flap here. So the layout for all of them is the same. On this page, we have the flip with a pocket here. Okay, we've got this part. And then it opens up. For this one, I just left it blank for a writing spot. I'm sure I'll make changes to these, you know, once I get everything put together, but for now, this is good. And then open it up. Now, these two pages are different on most of them. On this one, I put one of my tea bag pockets that I did with these little mini tags inside here. And then pocket here with one of my tags in. And then this opens up. Now this page I wasn't really happy with. It looks kind of busy, but all I did here was I made pockets out of these shells. It seemed like a great idea, but I don't know, for some reason it just looks a little too busy for me, so I might change it, but it's still an idea I just wanted to show here. And then this middle page is usually where I put the bulky stuff. So on this one, this is an envelope that I turned into a pocket. This is also a very thick tag. So I don't know if you can see how thick that is. This is something that I could change out if I want it to be not so thick. So I've got that, and then the rest of this, I didn't really add much to this yet. Got a little just tuck there, and I just kind of threw some ephemera pieces in the pockets and stuff just for the sake of showing you here in the video. Okay, so then that will close up. Going to this side, I've got this fancy pocket. And then we're back at the front. One of my little tea bag tags in all of these. And this is one of my, I will link the video for these, the ephemera that I made, the tea bag tags, and these that I covered with tea bags. Some of them I went over with some color, and they're just really cool looking. Gives it that definite vintage vibe. And for this one, I just used one of my rusty clips and put there. So this is the first one. Moving on to number 2. So you can see number 2 is very similar. It is a lot less bulky. I also didn't put any ribbon or anything on this one. So again, we've got the flap, tea bag pocket here. Little envelope here, and this closes up. Now this one I used Velcro, and again I just left this, wasn't sure what I wanted to do here yet. On this one I put my fancy pocket on this page, so just some goodies in there, and then I've got pocket here with some goodies down in there. And then we open this up, got a journal spot here, and then I have 2 envelopes. The stuff I put inside here, well, this is not very bulky, And what's it out? I just put a little something in here and another one of my little mini tags and nothing here. So that's why it's not quite as bulky. So close these back up. Actually, let me just put this here for now. And then on the other side, this was a book page and I put a jelly print underneath. And I did back this one with some cardstock. So this is number 2. And I was just happier with this inside part, and I love this page. But then I wanted to try more. Okay, so this is the last one that I just did. So again, we open this up. I'm gonna put this down in here for now because it fits perfectly. One of my tags in here. Pocket. Close this back up. Velcro again. I did a little pocket here instead of just all writing space and just put some paper in there. Okay, then we open up here. I've got my fancy pocket. And I'll show you these. This is my boho beach ladies. And again, this is the same video that I made all these photos. Oh, this one you can see I kind of put some gold on there. They were really fun to do. And then this pocket, I just put another boho lady here, but I love this page too, with my jelly prints that I just did. And then we open this up. Again, I did this pocket out of an envelope. Put one of my, now this is a thicker tag that I did, and I didn't do anything here. And nothing over here yet. So then we close this up. And then, okay, this page is something different that I only did on this book. So we can open this. And I did a little waterfall page. So each page, these are pockets with a little folded up paper. In my head, I was thinking of doing like highlights of the day for my trip. And then we can just close this back up. So that's the last one. So let's get started. And again, I'm going to start with, if you want to make the base, just the base, out of 8.5 by 11 inch paper. If not, then skip to the part where I am making it out of 12 by 12 paper. And then from there, I go into doing this first page, the pocket, and various things that I've done on these pages. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know which one of these you like the best. If you like one, 2, or 3, which one do you like the best? And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you see when I have new content come out. And now let's get started. Okay, so to start off, we're going to take one piece of paper, and I'm using 28-pound paper. I am going to score at 1.5, 1.5, 4.5, and 10. Okay, 1.5, 4.5, and 10. And then my next one, I am going to score at 4.5, and 10. Okay, then I'm going to take the two 1-inch pieces And we're going to put these together here so that these two large panels are going to be your pages. So these need to fit down in here. I'm going to fit two of them together. I'm gonna burnish this just to make sure they're nice, crisp fold. Then I'm gonna just make sure they're flush. Put a little bit of glue here. Oh, and I moved. Okay, got it. Okay, so I've got one end done. I'm just gonna put some glue here and get this one too. Okay, so now essentially what you have, your paper is 20 inches long. This is going to be your fold. Okay, so then we're going to take the paper that is scored at 1.5 and 4.5. We're going to fold it this way so that it opens here, and then you'd open up. And then this one, easy enough, we're just going to fold it in. I'm starting here. This is a scrapbook piece of paper, so 12 by 12, and I just cut it 8.5 tall, and then it's 12 wide. And then I just took the excess and I folded it here. So this is what a normal printer paper sheet would look like. So that's all I did so far. And then I just cut 2 extra pieces. So since I have the flap here, I just have another panel that I want to add here. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to score just a little bit so that I can attach it. So this is what we're going to do. This is the start of my base. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a spine on one side just to give myself some space, because on one of the middle pages it's going to be kind of thick, so I just wanted a little bit of some wiggle room there so I'm not pulling on my paper too much. I'm just going to glue my extra panels on, and I'm starting with, on the right side is the one that I did with the spine. And then for the left side, I'm just going to glue my panel onto that little 1-inch flap that we have. And just make sure that those edges are flush, and then I'm going to burnish it. And now I want to cut another panel to go on the very front, and this is going to create my pocket. So I just want to make sure that it doesn't go the whole way up to the top. I want to leave maybe 1/4 of an inch from the top so that I can slide something down inside of it. So I'll just cut that to size. I am going to use my hole punch just to make a little thumb hole in it. Figure out which way I want to position this. And then to find the center, I'm just doing a tiny little crease here so that I know where to do my circle punch. For my closure, I'm using soda can tabs, and I'm going to cover these, and I'm just kind of outlining it so that I know where to cut, and I'm going to cut a couple of these out, and all I do is glue on my cardstock on top of it. So I'm using Art Glitter brand, that's the brand. I'm using Art Glitter brand glue, and it sticks very well. I haven't had any problems with it. Now, some of the tabs that I use, I had in with my rusty bits that I was making, so they have a little bit of grit to them. So I guess that helped a little bit also with getting my paper to stick. Okay, so I have my 2 pages here. We've got the flip on this side, and then a front flip on this one. And on this front flap, I have a little part here that I'm going to fold. I have to put on this extra piece because this is going to be an envelope. So it'll be an envelope here. I've got a little flap thing here. And then this to close that little area. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to sew up this strip, and then I'm going to sew around here. So what I want to do is just add a little bit of glue here just to hold this in place. Okay, so I'm just going to sew here. Well, I'm going to open this up and just sew around here to close up my pocket. And then on the other side of this here, I'm going to use this piece. I'm going to put this here, and when I sew, this will also hold this pocket on. All right, so I'm going to do my sewing, and I'll be back. Okay, so now we have this little flap that opens up. I have a big pocket here, and I've got this little flap pocket here. And then if I open this up, I have a little tuck here. And now on this page, I want to put 2 of these So before I do that, I have this envelope, die cut envelope, that I did put a little window in this. And I want to use this on this page. I want to make it a pocket. Okay, so let me cut off this part, because we don't need the flap. And you guys, I ended up redoing this page, but I left this in just so you can see how I made my envelope pocket. have this fun little fish tag that I made from watercolor paper. So that can go here. Okay, then I'm gonna wanna put my hinge on this side. So now that I have everything glued down onto that page, I can go ahead and poke my holes and put my little closures on that I made. And then when I do the other side, I don't have to worry about it because I will cover up those brads. Okay guys, I have 3 of these that I'm working on because I keep playing with different ideas and colors. I know, I'm going crazy here. Let me show you this one. Now they're all the same format that I showed you, just decorated differently. So this one I used one of my stamps here and I put a clip, a rusty clip. Open it up, have my pocket, and then my large pocket here. And then here, I just big open writing spot, rusty clip. All right, and here on this side, I put one of my tea bag pockets. I'll link the video for those. These look good if you put them on a tag also. And then I loved this image, so I cut this out. Made a pocket here, put one of my tags. On this side, I'm not happy with this page, but these are 3 shells, and that's the reason I don't like them is because you can't really see what they are. To me, it just looks messy. I don't know, I'm not happy with it, so I'll probably change that. But I made these into pockets for my little minis. And then in the center here, I have this. It's a really thick tag. I made an envelope into a little pocket here and put a string here. So you'd open this up, and then I didn't really add anything else here. This is just an idea. I wanted a little writing spot. This could be a tuck, and then journal spot here. And then on the back, put some pockets. So this is number 1. Number 2, same thing. I just put a little something in here. Okay, on this one I put some Velcro. Okay, and then we open it up. Got the pockets here. Now keep in mind when this is in a book, let me see. I'm gonna have signatures here, so it's not gonna flow together like this. So for example, you know, it would just be part of the signature like this, and then you'd flip over and you'd see this page. And then these, open those up. Now this is a pocket here, or a little tuck. And then I open this up, journaling spot here. And I've got these 2 little guys. This is a large pocket. This is a book page. I'm gonna close this up, and I have to do the back, which we're going to work on, and on the back I'm going to do a waterfall. I'm just doing a whole bunch of different options and just showing different options that you can do for the pages. This is the one that I want to work on today. Let me take this out so you can see better. Okay, so here, same thing, got my flip pocket, mini pocket here. Whoops, there we go. That also flips. Close this up. I put Velcro again. Then here, got another little mini pocket, some journaling space. And you guys, I'll put the digitals for, these are House Whimsy, of course, digital. So I'll put all the links to the different kits that I used. Okay, so close that up. And then on this side, all I did so far, I just put those pockets, the 3 pockets. That's all that's done. No matter which layout you do, you know, whether you use little pockets or whatever, this is the page that I do my bulkier stuff on. So I did make a little, if you can see here, I made a little spine so that to give myself some room to come up and around here. And I have to go over this again and sew because I ripped something off there, but so just ignore that for now. So here I wanted to put this page down, and then this is an envelope that I made out of some thick cardstock. So this is really bulky because then I have my tag in here. I made a window. So I'm not going to put anything else here. I'm going to attach this with a hinge. So let's do that first, and I am going to, let me see here. Yeah, let me cut this paper to the size that I need. Now on this little flap, I am just going to use one of my jelly pages that I just did, and I'm going to turn that into a pocket. So that's what I'll put on this page, the little inside flap. page. Now I have this to put on as a pocket here. For this page, I'm just using one of my jelly prints as the background, and then I'm going to use the girl that I cut out with the fish as a pocket. So I'm just going to cut my papers to size, and then I glue all that down. I absolutely love this page. This is a little piece of trim, and I thought, oh my goodness, this looks just like a mermaid's tail, of course. So I wanted to put this here, and then slide those open. This opens up here. We've got a pocket. Okay, and then flip over to here. So this is the last page, and this is what I'm going to be working on today. For here, I'm going to do a waterfall. So this is my panel that I have. This is, I'm going to glue down on top of that. And so what I did, this is just a piece of scrapbook paper. So what is this, like 5 1/4 by 12. I just took the whole length. And then these will fold down, and I poked some circles out, and I've got my brad in there. So these will go on here for my closure, and I can add my string to keep it closed. And now to be my waterfall, I have these guys. So what I did with these, aren't these adorable? I couldn't wait to use these. I love this one. So I took some also scrapbook paper, and I turned these into pockets. And I was thinking, I have this lined paper. So I was just going to put this in. So I will have this, and I don't know how many I can put here. I'm thinking that 3 will be, let me see. So I'm starting with the flaps, and I decided instead of putting the one directly on top of the other, I'm sliding it down a little bit just to make my flap a little bit longer. And I'll put a little bit of tape on the back just to hold that brad down. And then I'm going to glue a part of it on, leaving the very top. I'm going to leave a little bit so that I can slide that mesh stuff down in, which you'll see in a minute, and then I'll glue it. But I wanted to add that mesh just for a little bit of interest. So here you can see I'm kind of tucking it down in between those two pieces, and then I'll add some more glue and hold that until the glue takes. And now just the same thing for the other end. Now to glue my panels on, I'm starting with the one that's at the very top, and then I do the one at the bottom. So here I'm starting with the bottom first. So I'm going to line that up, press it down really well, and then open it up. Just make sure that's really nice and glued down. And then I will do the top. And then once I have those in place, I can add my other two. And I'm not measuring anything. I'm just kind of going by using my eyes. And before I glue down, I'm going to make a little mark so that I know where to place it when I put my glue. And now I can do the same thing for the other one here, and then I will have my waterfall complete. Now, since this panel is a little heavier, I am using a bunch of double-sided tape. And in addition to that, I'm going to add glue to the entire thing. And then just go around that and make sure it's really pressed down and glued on nice and tight. And then lastly, I'm adding my ribbon for the closure. I'm just going to tie a knot on one side and cut off the excess. And then I can wrap it around for my legal closure. Now for this page, this is pretty easy. I put a little notch, so I'm going to turn the bottom of this book page into a pocket, and I'm gluing it down on top of one of my jelly prints. And then I'm going to sew around where the pocket is. So here I'm showing you where I did my sewing. Of course, you wouldn't have to do this. And then I have this seagull card that I'm just going to put a little tab on it, and I can slide that down into my pocket. And now I can glue this entire thing onto the base. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know if there's any page or idea that you liked in particular. Next up, I'm going to be working on putting my signatures together, so don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you see when I have new content come out. And as always, thank you so much for watching and joining me today.